Yeah, it is laughable. There are small reductions from record highs. It's still mass immigration by any examination of the figures and our historical intake. Just on the polls, though, my point about how One Nation and the coalition parties combined have a higher primary vote than the Greens and Labor combined, that kind of demonstrates the mess of politics at the moment, because Labor at 30%, that's a record low for Labor. I'm not suggesting they're going to lose government at the moment. They're benefiting from chaos on the coalition side, on the right of centre side. Isn't that the case?
They're trying to benefit from it, and they're saying the chaos that's happening in the coalition side. And there is chaos, Chris. By all means, there is. But we're still 2 years outside the election. The polls are encouraging, by all means. But you can't count your chickens before they hatch. Let's see what happens at the ballot box. My job now is to encourage people to vote for One Nation, because we are determined to change the policies and mass migration, address cost of living, address climate change, BS that's going on there. All these things impact on our country. I spoke to a couple of Italian men today at the airport, and they said, we came into the country in the 70s and 80s. They said, we actually worked, nothing was given to us. They are fed up with the new migrants coming to this country, take advantage of this country, use our laws against us, ourselves, you know, to enhance their own benefits in this country. We've lost the Australian values. And he said, you know what, one fella said to me, he said, my family want to come out to Australia. And I'm telling him, he said, I told him, no, this country is not the country it used to be. This is what you got migrants telling their families want to come here. We are in a hell of a mess in this country. And the young ones, Chris, I've got to tell you this, the younger ones that turned up on Australia Day, they're coming out of the woodwork. They're saying, hey, we understand what this country has become. We don't want any part of it, because this is our country.
A lot of people are worried about it. Now, in the battleground of electoral politics, your key rival often is the Nationals. They see you as a big threat, of course. They're about to have a leadership spill. Colin Boyce is going to challenge David Littleproud. Is he any choice, or are we likely to see someone else put up their hand, perhaps someone like Matt Canavan?
Colin's a nice bloke. He's really involved in his own constituency, and he fights hard for them. I like Colin as a bloke, but he won't win the leadership. OK, challenging that. He may be actually doing that to get someone else to put up for the leadership against David Littleproud. So I don't know if Matt Canavan will actually take it on. He's not in the lower house. So most of the members of the National Party are in the lower house, whether Matt Canavan can do it from the upper house. But anyway, remember this, the National Party nationally are only on 2%, and they can see the writing on the wall.
Just quickly, Pauline, your big problem, I would predict, in the lead up to the next election is going to be candidates in the House of Representatives. You're going to have to find a hell of a lot of candidates around the country, and I predict you'll end up with some doozies that will embarrass you.
Chris, we haven't done that in the last couple of elections. You know, we've run the candidates beforehand. But the process that we have now is very good. We've got Barnaby, that's there at the moment. So anyway, Chris, we've got some really, really good candidates. We'll be announcing them in the next few months, who our candidates are. We've got good talent there, people that are, you know, want to make a difference in this country, will fight for it. So don't underestimate myself or the party or our candidates. I tell you what, all of us, or the whole lot of them, the political parties can answer for some of the doozies they've had over the years, I can tell you. And the biggest doozy the Labor Party has at the moment is Chris Bowen. So don't tell me that about my candidates.
Spot on. You're right. They've all had some doozies. But I tell you what, Pauline, you are not a fringe player. At times you have been. But you've ridden the waves high and low in the past. But at the moment, you are a political force to be reckoned with. And I appreciate catching up with you every week. Thanks for joining us.